When we think of World War II tanks, names like the Sherman, Tiger, and T-34 dominate the conversation. But behind the headlines, the legends were dozens of lesser-known tanks, machines that were innovative, bizarre, or just simply overshadowed by their more famous counterparts. Today, we're diving into the forgotten steel of World War II. The TOG-2 was Britain's answer to trench warfare, designed by the same team that had built tanks in World War I. It was massive, slow, and built to cross shell-pocked terrain. But by the time it was ready, warfare had evolved. Only one prototype was built, and now it rests in the Bovington Tank Museum. Fun fact: had a top speed of just 8 miles per hour and weighed over 80 tons. With 5 turrets and a crew of 11, the T-35 looked like something out of science fiction. It was meant to be a breakthrough tank, but its size made it slow and mechanically unreliable. Most were lost early in the war, and it never saw large-scale combat. Fun fact: it was so large it needed its own parade route in Moscow. Japan's tank development lagged behind the Allies. The Type 3 Chinook was their most powerful wartime tank, but it was produced in 1944 and never saw combat. It was intended to counter the Sherman, but by then, the tide of war had turned. Most Chinos were held in a reserve to defend the Japanese mainland. Built in the 1920s, the FCM-2C was the largest tank to ever see service. It was obsolete by World War II, but a few were still in use. One was destroyed by his crew to prevent capture during the German invasion. Well, kinda stupid if you ask me. They had no use for that, other than the 150mm gun, which is way larger than some of the gun calibers we use on modern battle tanks. Germany's multi-turreted tank was more of a propaganda tool than a battlefield asset. Only 5 were ever built, and they were used in Norway in 1940. Their complex design made them impractical, but they looked intimidating in the Nazi propaganda films. Fun fact: Nebelfahrzeug means new construction vehicle, a vague name for a very specific machine. Light, fast, and lightly armored, the Type 95 Kago was Japan's most common tank early in the war. Against the Allied armor, it was hopelessly outmatched. Forgot, but not because it was rare, because it was ineffective. Arguably one of the best tanks of 1940, the French Samoa S-35 had excellent armor and firepower. Poor communication systems and France's rapid defeat meant that it never reached its full potential. Though these tanks didn't change the course of the war, they tell us a lot about the evolution of armored warfare. They were experiments, stepping stones, and sometimes cautionary tales. In their steel and rivets lie stories of ambition, desperation, and innovation. In my next video, I will either be doing a video on the forgotten plans of World War II, or a sequel to this video that will include tanks I missed in this episode. If you enjoyed this journey into the lesser-known machines of World War II, give this video a like and subscribe for more deep dives into military history. Which forgotten tank do you think deserves more recognition? Let me know in the comments.